Good morning. Jerry here again. Yesterday we talked a basic overview about marketing. Today we're going to focus a little about websites, the concept, competition, USP. Remember USP, unique selling proposition, other than cheaper and cheapest, and how to position yourself above and differentiate yourself from your competition. So what I'm going to do is make believe I'm looking for a process server. This is how most of your business, your pro-per business, some attorney business, and from out of state will come to you. Now if you'll notice, I'm in Google and I type process server in the header bar right up here. Now I have Google has given me a choice. Do I want in Phoenix, process servers, Bond, which is to be bonded where you would go, Mesa, Jobs, Arizona. For simplicity's sake, let's stay in Phoenix. I'm going to be brought rather, to a page that has process servers in Phoenix. This is called page 1. If you go all the way down to the bottom, or back up here to the top for a minute, there were 1,700,000 results for process server Phoenix. Most people, about 80% of them or more, will not go past this first page. Needless to say, it's very, very important you get on the first page of Google, and I'll go over how to accomplish that. Here, there are two things you're looking at. Google has identified 1, 2, 3 as ads. So, and I'll go over how to get your ads here as well. It's called Google AdWords. These people have paid to get here on a pay-per-click basis. What that means is, and again we'll go over in detail, if I were to click on this one, Arizona FastServe would be charged about $3 for the click because of its position, and I clicked to take it to their website like this. It's coming. And that's if everything works, and that's another lesson as to why you need to check and make sure everything is working all the time for your website, and this is called link, that what you're paying for actually works. Okay, this one it did. This goes to Arizona QuickServe. So this is their page. That happens there. And again, that cost them about $3. This one, Arizona FastServe, process server. See if it loads this time. They also do business as Arizona FastServe or Valleywide Process Service. They do the two different businesses, two names, one business. So if you're going to spend money on advertising, make sure it works. Over here is another column of ads. This is just on a rotational basis. If you were to refresh, pull this up, perhaps these three would be here, these would be over here. It's pure random. That's simply to keep it fair with Google. Alrighty, and here is Valleywide Process Serving again. If you notice, it's Arizona FastServe, Arizona FastServe. So they're in the this is called inorganic because you've paid to get here. These are called organic ads because organically they show up because they've done search engine optimizations, they've done not manipulations, but they've massaged and provided Google with what they want to earn their way onto the front page. And again, we'll go over what that is here in another video. What you're seeing here, this is different, right there. This is tied into what's called geotagging. And I'm going to explode the map here and go into what geotagging is. because all this is going to be important to you as we progress. So if you see the dots all over, those are, I wonder if I can, there we go. Those dots are process servers. Now, I mentioned in another video about not doing business through your cell phone. Getting a market expansion line along with a address at a UPS or a mailbox store. This is the reason. All of these ads you see here submitted an application to advertise on Google. Google sent them a postcard or a letter back confirming that that address is a commercial address, business or postal mailbox store. And then they put them on the map. For example, go down here to Mesa. Here we go. Here is Court Process Server. Click on it. If you would like to search by map, and that's a wrong picture of the street address. Google's good, they're not perfect. Anyway, by clicking on the map, so if a person lived in Mesa and they wanted to pick someone out close, all I'd have to do is go to the map, click here, over here for AAA Legal Services, and so on and so forth. By clicking on the map, they're also presented with an option to go to the website here, how to drive there, the street address, and normally they have a correct picture when it's shown. This isn't correct. So I'm going to go back a page. And one more. Alrighty. So, again, this is geotagging. I'll get into that in the future. However, all of these results are tied directly to the map, and they are presented to you because Google knows where you are because of the IP address on your computer, the Internet Protocol. They know where you are and will target market. Instead of when you type in Process Servers Phoenix, they understand you're in Phoenix, Arizona, not Phoenix, Idaho, or New York. All right, let's talk about websites and the values and how to lay one out. Go back to Valleywide. In laying out a website, there's a couple of things to consider. Think of a newspaper. If you walk up and look at a newspaper on a rack, what you see is the front page, and the paper is usually folded while it's in the rack, so it's referred to as front page above the fold. That's everything here, front page above the fold. What is on this website to grab your attention? Very little. There's no, other than this small item here, urgency. You want us to call you today, but the phone numbers are very small, which goes back to web design. And back the page up again. Alrighty, go down here to Phoenix Process Servers. ServeNow is a organization, professional trade organization that I do encourage you to join. So by going to that, all these people are members of ServeNow. And again, here's Court Process Server, Fast Track Legal. And this is where additional marketing comes in for here. They take credit cards, guaranteed service, website available, and they have a special offer. As opposed to down here, the website available, but there's no other reason for you to call them. Here, if you'll notice here, they have E&O insurance, big positive. And just scrolling down quickly, that's about the only one. So here, for example, if you had a special offer, website, service guarantee, accept credit cards, E&O, here could be bonded, and Better Business Bureau. You would stand out like a sore thumb. Back here to the page. You remember when I talked about marketing, unique USP, unique selling proposition. This is on the other end of it. Here is cheap, cheaper, 58, cheapest, 20. And what's done here, they do not do serves for $20. When you call, you're simply informed that's the name of the company, not what they do. Please set your ethics a little higher than that. And also remember I mentioned that when people call, they want to know how much, and if they can save $5, they'll do it. Here, remember earlier I mentioned that a client will shop to save $2, $5, $3. This works. They've been running this ad for years. This tells somebody they will lock on that price and say, well, how much are you going to charge? And if it's less than this, they'll hang up on you, which is why we'll discuss how to get past this in the telephone video, or how to overcome objections. This is the copy, and I'm getting off track here. These are ads, which will get into advertising, but it goes to marketing. Here, the marketing of these people is to spend money and buy ads. And when you spend money and buy ads, you'd like the ad to be as effective as possible. For example, reliable process server, and so on and so forth. Their claim to fame here is, oops, come over here and clear that, done cheap and fast. If you were hiring an attorney, would you want one that will do it cheap and fast? If you went to a doctor and he said, I can fix you cheap and I can fix you fast, or I can fix you right, which one would you go to? This is all people see. Down here, offices in Peoria, Phoenix, and Mesa. No call for action. At least up here, fast, call us. They're encouraging you to call them. And here is fear. Don't let your case get dismissed. And then their name. No call for action. Have a question, testimonial. These links, when clicked on them, will take you to their website. And each different link, for example, this is the Contact Us page, which is where I could here and how to order and so on. Okay, well, back to what I was saying. This is marketing. To create a website and get it on the first page of Google. Creating one is simple and easy. Getting it here, short of buying your way here, which may need to happen when you're first starting, can be done, but it takes time. What I'm going to do now is change gears and talk a little bit about the content, how a website is formed, how it goes together, and how it can best fit your needs as you build one. Alrighty, moving on. As I mentioned, building a website and how it appears is important. Your headline, your front page, it's called real estate, is again comparable to an over-the-fold newspaper in a rack. So I'm going to go forward a page and show you some very good designs, not process serving, but just good designs of websites. And this is from Brilliant Homepage Designs. And I'm just wanting to show you the difference in how they look. Real quickly, alrighty. Elements of a Brilliant Homepage Design. clearly answers who I am, what I do, and what can I do for you. What's in it for me? Resonates with the target audience, demographics, compelling value proposition, unique selling proposition, USP, usability and mobility. When you build your website, make sure it displays on a mobile phone. Your webmaster can do that for you. Call to action. What can be a great website, and if you get a phone number or email address, it's not going to work. Always change it up and have a great overall design. Let me show you what that looks like in action. Okay, this is from FreshBooks. This is, when you pull it up, this is what you see. Simple, easy, call to action, try it free. Here's your bar on the top if you want a tour, sign up. Right at the top, phone number, try it free. This is not an active site, so I'm going to click on it. So I can click here to try it, rather. Or here's the phone number here. So I have 1, 2, 3 ways to take action. Benefits. Look, it's easy to use. You can work anywhere. What's in it for me? It's easy, it's convenient, and it's going to save me time. That's the benefits. Here's a site called Mint. Again, this is what would pull up if you went to Mint. Very eye-catching, colorful. Look what's right here. And there's no phone number here. And again, they may not want them to call if it's an online business. But easy, quick, simple. Your bar is at the top. Log in. And brilliant. And this goes into what makes it clean. Super simple, strong headline and subheadline right here. Homepage gives off a secure but easygoing vibe, which is important for a product, and it also contains a great call to action. Free, get started. Call to action. Here's another site. The site of this name is called Cloud Passage. Again, call to action. Your bar up at the top. Very cute. And if you see this, that indicates that, and again, this is not an active site. If you were to click on this, it would start a video which would then enter you into the selling process. Value and credibility. There is your credibility right here. Where yours would be licensed, bonded insurers, they have these customers as their credibility. Here's a benefit, another benefit. Alrighty, here's one called Box. Your bar is at the top, headline, action, video sales, benefit, 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 whitehouse.gov. Call to action, and the navigational bar is at the top. One more. And I'll go back to the process serving sites. Evernote, right here. Good company, by the way. Okay. Very bright, very brilliant. Benefit, benefit, benefit. Capture anything, anywhere. Find things fast. Free. Click here. And the headline is killer. Remember everything. This is arranged into 3 different benefits that jump out due to the rich green background color, and the eye path leads you to the call for action right here. Now with that, I'm going to go back to the process server, and in no particular order. I'm not picking on anybody. This is completely random. So I'm going to go over here to Phoenix Process Server, which is a paid ad. Very colorful. The bar, he's done things very well here. Telephone number, the eye goes here, the eye goes here. My only comment was, and here's his flat rate right here, and to get started, this is a very well done site. My only comment is, as most people will be calling, the phone number I would just make it a little bit bigger. Here is your benefits, 5 attempts, and so on. Landlords, law firm, and here's the credibility. Members of Arizona Association of Certified Process Servers, signed up on Thumbtack. They have one review and testimonial, which is going to be covered later. Very important. They're also a ServeNow member, which we talked about a little bit ago. They take Visa and MasterCard, and if you watch, when I put my mouse over it, it turns into a link. I click on that, and rather than taking me to a page where I can pay, it's taken me to the wrong page because their site is incorrect, providing me with different codes that I can put on my site for to put the logos there. This is called a mistake in not checking the work your webmaster has done. Or an oops. All right, pick on someone else here. All righty, let's go to Valleywide. It's still loading. And the internet is slow this morning. And just between you and me, if I was a client or customer, and you probably know, if something takes this long to load, people will leave. And this is also the same company whose link did not work before. So once you get a website, please check it. Make sure it's still working. Okay. We'll go to Phoenix Process Server. There we go. Alrighty, above the fold real estate, just like your newspaper, very busy. The eye goes, nice picture, but it doesn't tell a story. Toll free as opposed to a local phone number. Addresses. There are no benefits on this page. There's nothing that says what's in it for me. Why should I call them? What happens once my papers are served? What if? And here is the only local phone number indicating that I'm not calling a long distance a facility out of state, even though there are local addresses here. All right, one more. Frontier Private Practice. All right. Well, this young lady has decided to put a collage of herself and her staff on there, which is good. Headlines. She's using visuals, pictures, images, to convey a story. All very good, not done enough, but very good. What's missing here is a call to action and phone number. If I like what I see on the front page, there's no phone number. I scroll down, there's no phone number. Here it is. Contact us. This phone number, I don't think I can paste it up there, needs to be for prompt service, call today, and then the phone number right here or right here. Good site, bad design. One thing that is a plus, if you go down here, the other site if I were going to pay, would just take me to a section where I found all those different codes. Here is a link, and hopefully this will work, to PayPal. There we go. So, take that out of there. If I wanted to hire private process service, right here, Frontier, the unit price would be, let's say $50. And if I don't have if I have a PayPal account, I can pay here. If I don't have a PayPal account, I can also pay and just fill out that information. But what I'd like to point out, they have done this right, but the phone number is missing. So I'm going to go ahead and wind this up. And when I come back, I'm going to go over some of the ways to build a good website. And unless you're talented in that area, I really encourage you not to do it and to get someone who knows what they're doing. A good, well laid out site will pay you great returns. Hi, Jerry here. I'm going to start in just a moment and go over this video, which is going to reinforce some of the things I've already said as far as how to lay out a site. So we're going to get started there in just a minute. Stay with me.
Up Consulting, thanks for checking out this video. I'm going to walk you through how to go about designing the billboard section here of your website. And just going to go over some best practices on what you want to keep in mind when designing this area. Because previously in a video I talked about the actual layout of a website that I normally use, which is the header up top, which is a logo on the left generally, and then your navigation bar on the right. Below that is your billboard. Below that you have your body content, and then the footer. But today, let's go over some best practices on what you're going to do when you design this section here. One of the things you're going to keep in mind is treat this like a banner ad on a website. You basically want to have a nice compelling image and a nice call to action, because when a user comes to your website, you want them to take action, and this you're using your billboard section to drive the eye of the user to this area, to some portion, and then you want them to actually take action. So let's look at a couple of other websites before I walk you through the steps on how you can do that. This is another site called Fitbit, and you see this is their billboard section, and their billboard section has a nice compelling graphic, and they have a call to action button here. So you can either purchase the product, or learn more. So if you click the learn more, it'll just take you to another tab on this site. Okay, so that's pretty much the basic structure. You have your billboard section, and you can have a call to action there that actually drives you to another portion of the website. Okay, so let's go over to Fireworks. And what I normally do when I'm designing my site, I might mock up a website, let's say like this in Photoshop, or in my case Fireworks. And then when I'm ready to design this area, I'll probably branch out and create a new canvas like this. This canvas is 900 by 300, and I normally just do that just so I can concentrate on this area. And then what I'll do at the end, I'll save this as a JPEG, and then I can use that as one container on my website. So first thing you want to do is you got to get a compelling image. Okay, so you see this image of this guy here. It started off like this, and I actually downloaded this image from iStock Photo, and I recommend using iStock Photo for images, and they range from $1 to up to $70, but on the low end. And so this image is pretty wide. It's about 849 pixels wide, and what I like to do is if I can, I like to fill up this entire section with the image. Okay, but in this case, because my billboard is 900 in width and the image is actually 800 in width, or 849, it was too short, so it get cut off here. So what I did, I just sort of scaled the image down like that, and then I faded out this area. I blended this area, and you can do that simply by doing modify, or I'm sorry, command. You can go over here to creative and do fade image, and then you can just choose that one there. Oops. You can just kind of move your bar around to get it to fade, so you get something like that. Okay, so let me just go back to the one I already previously created. So then you're gonna have this nice compelling image, and then what you can do, if your background, I started off with my background being white, sort of like that. But I wanted to have a darker background. So what I do, I just select the canvas. I select outside of this area. I select the canvas area and I just choose sort of a portion of the image with my dropper. And what that does, it turns the entire billboard per se to look like one unit, one sort of solid graphic. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add white text on it, so I'm just going to darken it a little bit. So then besides your nice compelling graphic, you're going to have a headline, okay? In this case, designer fashions. You're going to use a nice big headline, so maybe some text below that, and then a call to action button. Okay, so those are the 4 steps. Image, headline, some verbiage, you know, that maybe some verbiage, maybe not, it doesn't matter. You know, a nice call to action, something that you want to get the user to do. In this case, let's think of this as a store that we're building this banner for, or this billboard for. And then from there, you know, you can just do many different things. In this case, let's just say this is an online store for shoes, or just for men designer fashions. And so you could have, you know, different types of call to actions. You can have them you can drive them here to shop to the store, or you can actually promote different products on your billboard. You know, or you can try out new things, like you can try a page curl. You know, that's a good idea. There's like 101 million different ways you can design this billboard, and I'm just sort of giving you some basic, you know, I guess best practices on using this billboard area. So again, image, compelling image. Again, right now, if you see, I have another site that I built together where this billboard here, the image wasn't faded in to the billboard, so you can do it like that as well. You can just have a photo there on the left, a box. You have your headline, some bullet points, your call to action button. Okay? And so that's what you got here. And then what I'll do at the end of this, I'll just save this as a JPEG. And then I could apply it to my site simply as one big image. If you want to, you can actually just choose it as one big image and just have it a hyperlink that clicks over. But in some cases, you're going to have different areas. So you might want to, what I would do, I would, in some cases, just save this off as one section. And then what I'll do is I'll layer my links on top of that, so that these sections, these 2 objects, are different HTML components on top of my background, so that I can link here one section, I can link to these 2 different things in another section. So that's pretty much it. You know, that's just the basic best practices for designing your billboards. And so hopefully this was helpful. You learned a little bit from this, and
well, hopefully you got some good ideas from that last video. He went into a little more detail and HTML and
so
different
hit me up
functions of building a website. But I hope you got some ideas as to the creativity and the ease of which it can be done in the hands of somebody who's familiar with those tools.
Comment.
Hope this helped.
We'll be talking soon.
Talk
right?
to you on the next slide, on the next video. Thank you.